Hello and welcome back to another video tutorial. So what we are going to be doing is continuing our video tutorial from where we stopped last time. And if you remember where we stopped last time, we were at the stage where we're putting down the positions that the computer will choose from rolling the dice once the user decides to roll the dice, of course, during the game. So I'm just going to do a quick run as a reminder. So for my token character, I'm going to choose character D. And if I decide to roll the dice gets rolled, of course, and then, of course, the computer chooses the position in which the token gets to move. So we are only on the 10th position. We're going to be adding the remaining codes from where we stopped last time. And you can see this keeps going back, forth, back again to the start here. That's because we're not yet complete with our while loop. As you know, we already have a while loop here at the beginning, and we're not done with that yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to be working on that part from where we stopped, and that's going to be on position number 10. So we're going to continue from there. Now to continue on from position 10, we are at the stage where if the computer chooses the 10th position, then it's going to move 10 places from the position of the token wherever the token may be. So now we're going to do L if the position is equal to 11. And if you remember, one thing about the rules of the Snakes and Ladders game is once it's at the 11th position, you know that it means that it's at the bottom of the ladder, so that means it will automatically move to the top, so that means it moves to the 25th box or 25th position on the snake board. So that's what we're going to do. So if it's at the 11th, according to the game rule, it will move on the 25th position. And then, of course, from here, we will now put in the coordinates to place it on the 25th position. And so that's where A is 290, and then B is basically equals to 222. And then we're going to call the snake board again so it can be able to update the snake board with this new position. Now, moving on to the next one, which is if it's at the 12th position. So here we're going to continue. This will continue on and on, of course, until it gets to the 31st position, which is where the player has now won, and that's where we will open up a very nice congratulatory winning screen for the player. So this is L if position is equal to 12. Then we're going to set A is going to be equals to negative 50, and then B is equals to negative 58. And then, of course, we're going to also call the snake board. And moving on to the next one, Elif position. So we're going to do the 13th position now, equal 13. In that case, we're going to set our A, which is our X coordinate, as you already know, is going to be negative 165. And then our B, of course, is going to be equal to negative 63. Then we're going to call the snake board again, so it updates the token to that position. We're going to continue with Elif again. Position is equal to the 14th position. Then A is this time in the 14th position. That means that it will be on the snake's head, which means that it will have to go down to the second position. So this is where we set position equal to 2. And then, of course, A is going to be equal to a negative 147. Oh, that is supposed to be an equal sign. So negative 147. And then B is going to be equal to a negative 225. And then, of course, we call the snake board again. And then now we're going to do L if position is equal to 15. Then we are going to be setting A equal to negative 398. And then B is going to be equal to negative 65. And of course, we're going to call the snake board again. So now we're doing the 16th position. So if position is equal to 16, then of course we're going to do A is going to be equal to a negative 396. And then of course B will be equal to a positive 81. And then we're going to call the snake board. So this is just going to continue on. You can copy paste if you want the block right here and then just basically change the positions. But I'm just going to continue writing it down. So now we're on the 17th position. So this is going to be where A is placed at negative 295 and then B is going to be placed at 80. And of course, call the snake board again. So we're almost getting towards the end. We're getting to the 18th position now, so that's going to be Elif again. Remember, in the snake board or on the snake board, there's a total of 31 positions, and the 31st position being the one where the player would win once the player gets to home. So here we will continue on. And remember that these coordinates that I have for the ABs and the ABs are actually fitting properly for this snake board. You can pretty much get any snake board, but you just have to make sure that for each of these boxes and each of these positions, at some point in them, you click and you get the X and Y coordinates, which would indicate where you're going to be placing the player's icon, depending on the positions that will be moved once the player has rolled a dice. And that is, of course, from the computer choosing from 1 to 12 since there are 2 dice. So here is going to be if it's equal to the 18. So this is going to work for any snakes and ladders board. It doesn't have to be specifically this board, but the only reason I'm using this board is because I already know the coordinates that I need to use for my A and B, because I've checked it for each and every box, and that's the reason why I'm using these fixed coordinates, as you can see here. So here A is going to be equals to negative 191. B is going to be equals to 89. And then, of course, we're going to be calling the snake board again. So then moving on to the 19th position. And then here, of course, A is equal to negative 61. And then B is equal to 72. And then, of course, calling back the snake board again. And then moving on to the 20th position. So Aleph position is equal to 20. Of course, moving on, that would be A is equals to 61, and then B is equal to 69. And then, of course, we call the snake board again. So we have 10 more positions left. So now I'm going to the 21st position. So Aleph equals 21. Then that means that A is going to be set at 179 positive. B is going to be equal to 88. And then we are going to call the snake board again. So now I'm moving on to the 22nd position. And that is where the 22nd position, one thing to be aware about is where we have the snake head. So this is the place where the snake head is. And so if the token gets on the snake head, it immediately comes down to position number 5. So that just keeps the whole rule of the game active and working and making the game interesting as well. So position is now going to be set to 5, which means it's going to go at the coordinate of A144. And so B is going to be equal to negative 230. And then, of course, we call the snake board again. Moving on, we go to the 23rd position. So we're left with just 3 more positions. And, sorry, not 3 positions, 7 positions left to do, because now we're on the 22nd. And we just do the 23rd all the way to the 31st. So we're going to go Aleph position equals to the 23rd position. A is going to be equal to 405, and then B, of course, is going to be equal to an 82. And then, of course, moving on, we call the snake board as well. And so now we're on the 24th position, and in this one, A is going to be equal to, on the 24th, A is going to be equal to 399, and then B, of course, will be equals to 217. And then, of course, we call the snake board as well. So now we're moving to the 25th position. So here will be position equals to 25th. And then, of course, moving on. And so just make sure you don't make any mistakes when writing these coordinates, because then, you can make some slight mistakes. So just basically go back and really check to make sure no mistakes remain. So B is going to be equals to positive 216. And then, of course, we call the snake board. And now we're going to do the 26th position. So Aleph snake positions equals to 26th. A is going to be equals to 170. And then, of course, B is going to be equals to 212. And then we call the snake board again. Okay, so snake board is being called. Now we're going to work on the 27th position. So Aleph position is equals to the 27th. Then, of course, we're moving on to A is equals to 57. And then B is going to be equals to 207. And so we're going to be calling the snake board. And now we're on the 28th position. So Aleph position is equals to 28th. So we're almost there. So then if it's the 28th position as well, you know that it's on the snake head. So it has to go back to the 18th box. So the 18th section on that snake board. So here we select position going back to 18. And then, of course, that means we're going to place it at negative 207. You can still use the same coordinates that you've used for the 18th box. And then here B is equals to 72, and then we call the snake board. Now we're towards the end where we're getting to the 29th position. And so in the 29th position, so that's going to be A is equal to, it's going to be negative 172. And then B is going to be equal to 211. And then, of course, calling the snake board. We go into the 30th position. And so the 30th position is equals to 30. And then, of course, we're moving on to A is going to be equals to negative 288. And then B is going to be equals to 210. And then we, of course, call the snake board as well. And then finally, we are at the last position. So this could be set as the winning position. So I like to call it that way. And this is where we will be printing at this point when position is equals to 31. That is the 31st position. Then, of course, this is where we print the message saying you win. So print, I'm going to indent this. So print you win. And so what we will do at this point is just clear the screen. And for now, I'm just going to put a black screen, but we are supposed to work on a nice, so we're going to probably be calling a function that's going to be called the winning screen. So I can just put it as winning screen. And we're going to be creating this function, so I will define it at the top because it's just going to create a nice animated background saying that you win. And then, of course, after that, we probably would do, so if the position is greater than, so this is if it's 31, which means they win. And to eliminate this error, I'm going to go to the very top of my screen, at the very top of my program, and let's create a function called winning screen, okay, so that we don't have that error. And then just print nothing in here for now because that's where we will be putting in our design that we're going to be making. That's the winning screen design. Now, let's say, what about if the computer does choose a position and let's say the token is at the 25th position. Okay, so let's say it's at the 25th and the computer does choose like 10 from the list of positions once the dice is rolled. So 25 plus 10 is 35, so it has to move to the 35th. But we don't have 35 here on this snake and ladders board. We don't have the 35th box. So that means that we have to set the token back to the beginning to restart the game again. So this is going to keep working on and on and on. Anytime the computer does choose a position where the token is at, but when we add the computer's position to that token's position, it's going to be more than the 31st, which is the home. Then it means that we have to always return the token back home. So we have to set it in that manner. So we're going to say elif, and that's what we're doing here. This is, you can say resetting the game, or you can say replaying the game when the position is greater than 31, right? So it's greater than home. So in this case, we're going to say elif position, and I probably will just move this over here. So if position is greater than 31, so in that case, anything from 32 and above, if that's what happens, then we are going to print start over again. You will be restarted again, or you will be redirected to play again. Some sort of message, game will be started over again. Game will restart, and then basically just print that message. Make sure you space this in because it should be an indented statement. And of course, we're going to now, at this point, we will reset position back to equal 0 since they're starting again from the beginning. And so that means we place them back at the beginning. So whereas A is negative 408, and then of course B is negative, let's go write that down. So B is going to be negative 225, and then we call the snake board. So at that point, they will be restarted back again. So we call the snake board. Okay, so that's like taking them back to the beginning if the position, of course, is more than what we have. Now, at this point, we are going to print, so something we could do is whenever the computer does choose a position, we should update the user for whatever position that is. So what we can do is print it right here. So we can show the user the position. So we can say, you are at position this and the computer's choice, and we can do something as print another message just to say what the computer chose. The result of your rolling dice is, the results of the rolling dice is, so that the computer, the user would know also what the result is obviously going to be the computer choice dice roll. So if we remember, I think we call this comp choice. Yes, so that's comp choice, which basically contains the computer's choice that was picked, the numbers that the computer picked from 1 to 12, which resulted in the faces of the two die. So we will show what the computer has chosen as well. And then this is where we call the function, and the function we're going to be calling obviously would be this one right here, which is the main screen. So we're going to call this function again at the very end. So here we're going to be calling the function, which is the main screen. So let's move on here, and then we call in the main game, sorry, not the main screen. So that's the beginning of the function. So we can like work and reload at this point, and it's just gonna restart like updating the snake board. And one more thing we want to do is this while loop, so we don't have to keep repeating. Remember where we said while roll dice is equal to y, which means yes if they want to roll the dice. What about if they don't want to roll the dice, they want to certainly maybe end or something like that? We have to put an if statement here, and then of course we're going to say turtle dot done after that. So we're going to say if rolling dice is equal to no, so they don't want to roll the dice, we assume that they want to end the game. If it's equal to a no, then we're just going to do turtle dot done, and that means that the turtle will exit, will be closed, and then just finally exit. So you just do an exit. You can print a thank you message, so maybe something like print you chose to quit the game, something like that, or you can just say thank you for playing the game, thank you for playing, and that's pretty much it. So simple message like that. All right, so that's all for the game, really. That's pretty much all about the Snakes and Ladders game. We do have to design the final screen, which would be in our winning screen function that we created. But we can actually run this game to see how it works so far. So the winning screen was the one we created over here. Okay, one thing I noticed before we actually run this, just for the second time, is let's go back to where we have this winning position, which is where the positions equals to 31. And actually, what will happen is I'm not going to put the screen dot clear directly with the winning screen function that needs to run to show that winning screen, of course. What I want to do is just before we clear screen, let's position the token on the winning section. So I'm talking about positioning it on this home so that the user can see that they've actually won. So I'm going to do A is equals to negative 401, and then I'm going to position B as equals to 225. And then I'm going to call the snakeboard function, and then basically just clear screen, but I'm also going to set the background color to black so that we just see that effect happen. And then I'm going to call the winning screen. And that's going to be the screen that we're going to be inserting a winning sort of like a nice looking screen with maybe like sound of applause or something like that. So now I'm going to run this code. Now we can run it and see how everything works now that we've made this modification. So please make sure you've made the slight modification here on the section where position is 31. So I'm going to take this to the side and let's run now again for the second time. So I'm going to go back to console and let's stop it again, rerun. Okay, so I'm going to clear console so we have just this run right here. I'm going to put in my name and wait a second, it's starting. I'm going to select my character and I'm going to go with the C. Okay, so let's run. So I'm just going to make it so you guys can see the board really well, the snake board. So I'm going to start by rolling my dice. So we'll start at the beginning. And okay, so it kind of disappears. Let me zoom out a little where I can see that option. There it is. Hit enter. Now I'm rolling my dice, so we keep going. Let's hope that I win quick. And so I'm back to the start. Okay, roll again. We keep rolling, so you just have to test it and see once you get to the objective is when you get to the win. Does it actually, clear screen and set the background to black and call the winning screen? So that's what we want. So now I'm going back again, back to the 19th position, back to the 21st, okay, 23rd position, 27th. All right, back to start here again. 8th position, so I'm just going to keep rolling that dice, and 13th, 21st, okay, 25th, we might be close. No, we aren't because it chose the 11th. number, and so that's more than the positions we have. Okay, I'm rolling again. 13, now 17, 24. No, unfortunately, it chose the fourth number, and so 28. Ooh, I might be close. No, I wasn't. Chose the fifth, so that's like 34 positions. All right, we'll keep going. Oh, there it is. So we did win and it did change. So that's brilliant. That's exactly what we wanted. So that means what's going to happen is we are successfully getting to the screen. And of course, now we can select a yes or a no here. And if we select yes, this is what really happens. It starts all over from the beginning again. And it just begins all over again. If we select no, then of course the whole thing just ends and it just says thank you for playing. So what's really going to happen is we're going to be working on, now that we've seen that it does run successfully, we're going to work on our winning screen. And so for the winning screen, what I want to do is if you have your screen one, you can actually use that. So you just want to put something nice and just something that would say you win in a very nice manner. So what we will do is we can actually go to LunaPick. All right, and we can make a little bit of a design. I actually have something here, but I'm going to redesign it so you guys can see how we can design a nice winning screen. So I'm going to go to LunaPick, and you just have to search up lunapick.com as usual. Once you do that, you will go to upload. So I'm going to upload my design, and my design I'm talking about is this one right here. So I'm going to download this design. And once I download it, I have it on my computer right now. So if I refresh, there is my design. I just want to remove the snake face and this button and put something else there. So I'm just going to go upload. You can redesign your whole background again if you would like, but I'm just going to use this one. And I will go for cut tool. And once I go for cut tool, I'll select rectangle because I want to cut this. So this is how you can actually remove stuff from your design just to get it back to plane. So I select this area. So I just drag and I select this area. You can't see it. It's a faint red, but I've selected the area that I want to clear. So I'm going to say remove and inpaint. So I want to remove those sections. And now I got like a clear background. This is exactly what I wanted. So now I'm going to go put in some nice text. I'm going to say congratulations. Okay, and then I'm going to go with like you win. So I will just change the color and the style of my text. I'm going to go with Jelly Roman, very similar to what I have in the title. So I'm going to say congratulations, and I'm just going to say you won. And, you know, just a nice celebratory text in there, and then of course put that you won over here. You can add something else extra if you want. You can put a different statement, whatever you really want to do. You can do that. So after you do this part and you've put in a nice message, I want you to try animation. So there's different type of animation. Just take your mouse over animations. One that I really like was the sparkle effect, but you can try different ones. I like the animation on LunaPick because it's like when you download it and you extract the images, their images and frames are not many, so it just makes it easier when coding. So I like this animation. I think it's pretty cool. So I'm just going to click, once you're done with your animation, then you just click on save. You can put more than one animation if you want. I think only one. You can put only one at a time. So you click save and then it downloads for you, and go back to your computer and you should be able to have it downloaded right now. So I'm just going to call it win. Okay, so once you've done that, now it's not enough. You still have to be able to extract this into frames, just like what we did for the rolling of the dice. So you're going to go to the website that says extract GIF to frames. Okay, and then we're going to go and click on this one, EZ GIF, and select the website. Then select browse. Select the win picture that you have and say upload. So it's uploading, and then split it into frames. So click on split to frames and you get like short frames. So I got like 3 frames here. So just download the frames as a zip. And now go back to your computer. And then once you're on your computer, refresh, make sure you're on downloads. And I'm just going to right click on this zipped file and I'm going to extract it. If you don't know how to extract, you can go online and write and search up how to extract GIF files online, or how to extract, not GIF files, sorry, zipped files online. And then you can just easily unzip your files by selecting any of these. So you just have to select the file, go to the zipped file, select it, say open, and it's going to show you all the frames. And all you have to do is just download them. So you see I'm downloading the first one, download the second, and download the third. So it's really simple how you can extract if you don't have an extractor on your computer like I do. So I downloaded them. I already extracted them online. So here they are. So I'm going to give them a certain type of name. So I'm going to say frame underscore 1A. And then I'm going to call this one, oh, that is actually supposed to be my, let me undo that. Yeah, so this is frame underscore 1A. I was right. 1A, and this is going to be my frame underscore 2A, or you can say 2B. So and this one's gonna be my frame. You can rename them in any name. Just make sure you don't get them as frame 1, 2, and 3 because you already have those for the rolling of the dice. So here I'm gonna call it 3C. So now we have the 3 separate frames, and by the time we join them together, they will create that effect. So let's go back to our code. And back to the code, we're going to go on the way to where we were. And I'm going to upload those frames. So I'll just click on upload. Of course, remember how to do the uploading of pictures is you click on the 3 dots and say upload file. Select all the pictures that you have from your downloads of your computer and say open. And then it's just going to upload them for you. So you can see that I now have them as frame 1A, 1B, and 3C. Now we're ready to work on our winning screen. So we go back to the winning screen of your code. And in the winning screen, one thing you're going to do is get into, after the winning, you define the winning screen. You're now going to start putting that whole effect to work. So just like what we did with the rolling of the dice, that's what we're going to do here. So the first thing we're going to do is first of all, we are going to create a while true loop so that we can keep this working. And we have to create a pen. So I'm going to call this pen turtle pen win so we can keep it, rolling and winning. I mean, keep the whole animation going. And then, of course, after that, we are going to start with another statement because we have 3 frames. Then we're going to say, for example, I'll say when B starts at 1. And since we have just 3 frames, we need to combine and show. I'm going to say while B is less than 4 because we have 3 frames starting at 1. Then I'm going to do, so very similar to what you've done like here. So it's kind of very similar. You can copy this part if you want from your frame of your dice and just paste it down here. And then you can change the things and then change some of these things. And obviously it's not going to be X, it's now going to be B starting at 1. And then of course this is not going to be roll because we have a different turtle pen now. We call it win. So we can make it win and then change this to win. So this is where if it starts at the first frame, we're going to be putting frame 1A, this one first, and then 2B, and then 3C. And so I'm going to change this one to win. And I'm going to make this one win as well. Okay, and I think, oh, this one for some reason went to, I don't know, went to 10 for some reason. I just changed it back to 30. Anyways, so this one's going to be 10 and then negative 30. Because I wanted to go more towards the left side, I could just even make it, to be honest, like negative 20, just to see how the picture looks. So I could just shift it a bit more to the left. And then don't forget to change everything to win, win, win. And the name of your frame, obviously the first one for me is the frame underscore 1A. So I'm going to put a frame underscore 1A here. Okay, so now we're just going to copy this and we're just going to paste it down here. And then, of course, so very similar to what we've done with the other ones. So here, making it an elif, and then if it's 2 now, if it's the second frame, so this is going to be 2B, not 2A, not 1A. So change the name of the frame because now you're putting the second one, which is this one. So you're trying to make that animation effect work. So copy this again. Everything remains the same in terms of the turtle pen that you're using and also in terms of the positioning of the coordinates because you're positioning on one place. So now I'm going to change this to B equals 3. And then, of course, this is now going to be my third frame, which is 3C. Okay, so I'm going to write 3C here. and change this one to 3C. Okay, so we want the computer to automatically go from 1 to 2 to 3. And to make that happen, we have to come outside of our indentation. We have to say B is equals to B plus 1. And to make this frame, this animation work naturally, I'm going to make it move every zero point 0.1 millisecond. And that's pretty much it. So that's how you get any animation or any GIF image to actually show its animation on the turtle screen. And once that's done, we can actually put a background music, like a congratulations background music. So you can go search up, just like say a winning MP3 sound, just search it up and you will be able to find some things. I like using Pixabay. So it's like a great place to get sounds. There's like a nice one. So I'm going to use that one. I'm just going to download it to my computer. So it's very easy on Pixabay. You get like free music and free audio. So I'm just going to go, I download it to my computer. So it means it's right here. So I can go and upload it now. So click on the three dots, upload file, and then select the music. And then say open. So once you get the music, or rather I would say the sound, which is this one. So I'm going to change it and just say win sound. And then that's what I'm going to use for my winning sound. So it's now here. I changed the name. So you can click on the three dots and rename it to something else. And now I'm going to go back and put it inside of my winning screen so it makes that sound. So what I'm going to do is global source. Now this is the reason why we imported audio in the first place. We wanted to put a background music, but then I decided not to and just use the audio to put in a winning sound on the winning screen. So once you global source is the keyword to get the audio to play, then you're going to say source equal audio dot play underscore file, and then in brackets you're going to put the name of your music, which in this one it's win underscore sound, the name of your sound. So win underscore sound dot mp3, so it can play that sound nicely. And that's pretty much it. So now we can try and get everything to work. I don't know if we can put like a break after the winning screen shows. I don't think we can. I mean, we can try. Let's put a break to see if it just breaks out and stops without asking us if we want to roll the dice again once it's won the game. So I've put a break statement there. So let's try it out and see. If not, we're going to take it out. But we are calling our winning screen. So this screen essentially is supposed to work. So let's try running our game again and try. I'm going to zoom out and I'm going to go back, close, go to my console, clear, little clear history icon, or just minimize, stop and run again. And now I'm going to maximize, start by putting in my name. I'll wait for a second, click on start, select my character, and I'm going to go with character C, and now I start to roll the dice. So let's see, I might be lucky to actually win faster this time, so let's hope that happens. So I'm going, and I'm on 17 already. At 27, I might go, oh no, so I happen to come back. All right, so just keep playing. The objective is to see when we get to the winning screen, do we get to have, yeah, so I'm on the 5th one, and ooh, I'm on the 17th one. Now the 26th, and okay, the 18th, back to 18th, 20th now, back to 5. I think I was on the 22nd, and I had to come back down. Oh, 20th. Okay, I'm on the 20th box, back to 5 again. I was on the 22nd because the computer chose 2 as the position. Okay, now I'm on the 24th. Okay, back to start here again. Now I'm on the 5th and on the 8th. Okay, I'm on the 16th, 18th, come back, 27th, back again, start here. So I'm on the 12th now, 17th, 26th. Okay, starting here again, 12th again, 24th. Oh, I might be close. No, I wasn't. All right, keep going. I really do deserve the winning screen indeed. So, okay, I'm back again to the 23rd and start again because the computer chose 12, and so 23 plus 12 was 35, more than the 31st. 31 positions on the snake board. Okay, I'm on the 23rd one, and back again to start. Okay, back to the 9th. You just have to keep playing. That's the excitement of the game. You just kind of keep playing because you want to win. So you just have to keep going until you do win. So, okay, I'm still not winning yet. So, 12th, 19th, 25th. Computer, keep choosing large numbers. Come on, computer. All right, now I'm at 24th. Okay, computer chose 12, was too much. Keep rolling. Okay. All right, computer chose 11, so that was like a lot from the 23rd. Okay, 16th. Okay, 19th. Oh, I don't think so though. I think I'm gonna restart. Yeah, because the computer will choose a large number for some reason. Okay, so I'm 25th. And the computer chose 7. I was actually very close because the 25th, the computer chose 7. That was like 32. It was very, very close. Just one position too much from the final. All right, not yet. So getting there. Let's continue rolling this. All right, 15th, 23rd. Now the computer chose the 35th one. Okay. All right, 20th. No, I'm probably gonna restart. Yeah, I knew that because I was like on the 30th, so I couldn't go further. All right, 25th. No, the computer chose 8. That was 33. But I was close. I was close. I think I'm getting there. All right, so 23rd. All right, I still haven't won yet. Third one. 9th position. I think I went to 7th and then I got to the 9th. I think so. Start. Okay, 20. Okay, now I'm on the 2nd position. The 9th one. The 15th position. 18th. Oh, 18th, still on 18th. Okay. 5th. 17th. 24th. Oh no, the computer chose 12. Okay. Keep choosing large numbers once I get close. Okay, keep rolling the dice. You just have to keep trying till you get there. All right. Okay. 17. I keep getting to 29 and it just doesn't, 29th is like more than, by the time the computer will choose a position, it's going to be more than, okay, maybe I'm a little bit luckier here, maybe. Okay, went back to 20, I think I went to 28th and I went back to, okay, 26th. Back again. Back here. 17th. 26th. That was 34 was more, so I went back to start again. All right, back again. I was so lucky the second time because I didn't do much and I just like won immediately. That's the thing about the game is that you can just win. So here the computer chose 9 and I was on 27. So 27 plus 9 is just going to give me 36. That's more than the usual. If you want to make this game easier, you can just say once you're on a position greater than 31, you can just subtract and set it immediately to 31 and just say you won. So there are many ways you can change the structure and make it a bit easier for the player. But I feel like the more challenging it is, the better it is. It just makes it fun. It does get tiring, which is where they can decide to stop and run again. Maybe try and... Oh, there it is. Finally. To this video tutorial. I hope it was useful, and that's the end to this programming project for the Snakes and Ladders game. So we will be starting a new project coming up very soon. I'll let you know what that is, but for now, we're going to be ending this here.